Ariana Earnshaw.
And him, Bo Chansey.
That's us. And you're you.
Wow. How does it feel to be you?
We're laying down some truth today. How does it feel to be you? I don't even know how it feels to be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild. There's a lot going on.
Is there?
Yeah, have you ever heard the term, I don't know if you have, bats in the belfry?
No.
Okay. It's like a term for, like, you got a lot of craziness going up in there.
I'm surprised I've never heard it. Like at me.
Well, they're probably afraid of you.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm super intimidating.
Yeah, you don't want to be throwing, like, if somebody's got bats in the belfry, you don't want to be, like, saying that to them.
Being like.
Yeah, people are probably pretty gentle and nice to you.
Super gentle and nice.
Hey, wow.
Oh,
okay.
That's because they're scared of me?
Yeah, I'm terrified.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know. They're very nice. People are very kind to me.
Well, good. I hope you're kind back, and today's a great day to be kind.
Sure is.
Yes. I do prefer kind over nice.
Yes, yes, I've been thinking about that.
Yeah, sometimes nice just isn't honest, and in attempts to be nice, sometimes I think we can actually be very cruel with people and maybe reinforce some things that that maybe aren't great or healthy for them, but a kindness is willing, you know, to speak truth and with a whole lot of love. I mean, yeah, just dripping in love.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can be tough.
It feels deeper, kind.
Absolutely, I think it is. So the way I'm defining it. So today's a great day to be kind. Yeah. You know, we don't know what today has for us, so I'm sure there's going to be some variables coming your way that may make it challenging and difficult to be kind, because that's a day. Every day is like that. Yep. And in that vein, we don't know what's in these 3 envelopes. No clue.
And they're all the same color, which is stressing me out.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, normally there's some visual cue, not like telling me what to do, but that I can kind of go off of and say, do I want to or do I not? Do I go against the grain? But today they're all just the same. Some days feel like that.
Yeah.
It's still accurate.
Some days it's like, okay, no matter what I do, it's going to be the same, no matter what. So we're going to draw one of these 3 envelopes. Ariana, why don't you pick one and let's find out what's in it.
Okay, I just got to go with the one that's
all right, here we go. You went with the closest one.
I got to go.
Easy way out. Doesn't bother me, hey.
We're gonna give some advice.
I love advice. Y'all, that people are. You're so lucky. We love to give advice around here.
Truly. Okay. This comes in from Eric.
Eric.
Okay.
Yeah.
My abdomen is hurting, and I'm pretty sure I have appendicitis.
Yep.
I don't have insurance and can't afford the surgery. What should I do?
Okay, so this is from Eric.
Yeah.
Pretty sure this is Eric Vines, our former producer.
Okay.
Who no longer works for us, which is why he doesn't have health insurance.
Yeah.
So, Eric Vines, your side's hurting.
Yeah.
And you're pretty sure you have appendicitis. I mean, did you go to medical school? Is he self-diagnosing? Eric, what are you doing here?
Okay, at this point, if we're gonna assume that he's self-diagnosing, because he is, we're not really assuming, that's pretty much what he's told us.
Okay.
Right.
He is self-diagnosing.
Right. I think your best move is probably just to do the surgery on your own.
Well, right.
Just do it yourself.
This is a good point.
Right.
If you're capable of diagnosing yourself, then how would you not be capable of, if you're just taking something out?
Yeah, right. It's not, you're not fixing anything. You're just taking it out.
This is like demolition. It's like removing a wall in your home. You don't need a contractor for that.
No, obviously you just start swinging.
Yeah, you get a sledgehammer and knock out the wall.
Right.
You know, this is not a big deal. You're not replacing anything. You're not building anything. You're not repairing anything. You just that is really wise advice from you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That really checks out. Yeah, if we're just talking about a simple removal, then heat up a butter knife and go to town.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I don't even really think there's any other thing we need to say or any other way to really go about it.
Well, the only other thing I would say is I'm just shocked at the foolishness of people to go see these medical professionals to perform ordinary, everyday things that all of us could do.
And dentists?
That's a scam.
Just pull them out.
Yeah.
Pull it out.
Go without.
You have like glue. You can fill it with glue. Once you've ripped it out, you know how you gotta like fill
you got a hat. It's already got a form.
Yeah, right.
And then just shave it off at the bottom.
You're
New
fine.
tooth.
New tooth.
New tooth. Okay. Wow. That was very good.
Really, that was really 2 advices.
Well, yes. Definitely tooth advice.
Tooth.
All right. How about a verse of the day?
I'm down.
Our verse of the day comes from 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16 and 17. And it says, all scripture is God-breathed and is useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness, so that the servant of God may be thoroughly equipped for every good work. I'll read again. All scripture is God-breathed and useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness, so that the servant of God may be thoroughly equipped for every good work. All right, Ariana, what jumps out at you?
I don't know. I think the thought that is in my mind about this currently is that I just want to be very aware that I'm not bringing my own opinions before I even read scripture, almost like of what I think something should mean or what I've heard that it means, even like what I've been taught that it means, before I'm going to God and saying, please reveal yourself through your words and reveal what you've meant this to be, or how I can apply it to my life, or so that if it scripture can rebuke, correct, train me, but if I'm ever going to say, yes, I now have this knowledge and I am going to teach, rebuke, correct, or train, I don't want it to be like my version of what I've made it mean.
Absolutely.
I want it to be what God has meant it to mean. So I want to be always very aware of how I'm reading and the mindset that I come to scripture with, and how I go about that. Because it can be really awesome and useful, or it can be really hurtful if we make it that way.
Absolutely. I think that's a fantastic point. We can do a lot of what's called proof texting.
Yeah.
And this is what I already think and believe, so now I'm going to search the Bible to then, have God's support on what I already think and believe.
Yeah, you're like, nice.
As opposed to allowing, the scriptures and God's words to search me. And stir some things inside of me that need to be stirred, and so there are things in the scripture that sometimes people say, well, the scriptures contradict themselves. What are we supposed to do? And I don't think they do contradict, but I do think they hold things in tension. And so instead of saying, well, it's always this or it's always that, sometimes it's, okay, here we go. And really, our hope is not in figuring it all out and cracking the Bible code, which is just obnoxious and absurd, but instead discovering God, hearing his voice, letting him speak into our lives, and then trusting him and allowing there to be some, it's not always definitely this, but there can be that tension and some mystery, and that's the relational knowledge. So it's the only book I know of that everyone can talk to the author while they read it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is pretty fantastic.
It's awesome.
What do you mean by this, God? Yeah. And it's a living word too. So he is speaking to living people in it, and he's revealing himself all the time. And it is useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training in righteousness. And righteousness just simply means right living.
Yeah.
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 This is really good. That's what I want. And that right living is full of passion and joy and fun and adventure and purpose and meaning.
I want some of that.
No, I want a lot of that. This is a good day. This is a good day for that. So that's why I love a verse of the day all the time, and to say, God, what are you saying? And prayerfully to engage in Scripture and allow God to really move in our hearts and reveal himself and help us understand who we are in relation to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a great way to encounter God.
And I enjoy
And also, so the servant of God, so if you are a servant of God, you can be equipped thoroughly for every good work.
Yeah.
God, just one little thing today, so you know. God will give you everything you need to do everything he's called you to do. Isn't that good? I think that's so good. Everything you need.
So good.
So a lot of times we tell God, well, I can't obey you because I lack something. He will give you everything you need to do everything he's called you to do. So let's go. Go do it.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is the day.